Kalen took a moment to take in the scene in front of him. The Blade Master's men had arrived hours ago, taking stock of the body count and preserving the scene. From there, the Trade Master's personal guard arrived and investigated farther, and one, Zelena, had seen fit to contact Shari for help in the investigation. Clearly they were desperate. Shari, as always, had a blindfold on and a walking cane out in front of her, and as always, the pair got odd looks as they had approached the Ross family manor and introduced themselves. Shari had grinned at the baffled men as she introduced herself. Detective extraordinaire. Then paused to introduce him, and seeing eye assistant, before walking past. It was gruesome, all right. All in all, 51 dead, no signs of external wounds on any, but for most the cause of death was clear. Poison, at least for the party guests. The servants and those who had abstained from eating went a much less clean end. Blood seeming to come out from every orifice, ears, eyes, mouth, nose, and it stank oddly and seemed to be a strange coloration. He made sure to collect samples of that before wandering back to Shari to report his findings, as she talked with Zelena. Eventually, the two were left alone with their thoughts as Kalen led Shari around to investigate the rest of the house. Finally, they found a study and sat down for a moment and just thought in silence about what they had learned. What are your thoughts? Shari asked, smirking ever so slightly. The poison was fast-acting, didn't smell of anything, so I'd say diluted grave color, probably specially made. The others didn't seem to be killed by poison at all. Judging by the body positioning and based on blood spatter alone, I'd say magic. Powerful by that matter. And there were signs of a fight, blood and metal objects strewn about, as well as the broken table. Blue-hot weapons missing from pedestals upstairs, and a window open in the back. Lord Sunven is missing, but looks like he came back while the intruder was still present and fought for his life. Shari nodded and smiled as she removed her blindfold slowly. Perfectly presented. But there are a few things he missed. She laughed as she lowered the blindfold to reveal solid red eyes. If Ven entered to fight, and then the intruder found him, why didn't he end up like the others, with his own blood used to murder him? She paused, mostly for drama. The key is the blue hot weapon. This is no ordinary attacker. It was a Fae. She held up the blood samples Kalen had taken from the scene and picked one up, and then hit them pretty hard, which means you can track them. She nodded as she put the blindfold back on. Well, come on, Kalen. We've got a killer to catch. Mystical time. It's anecdotal adventures. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of City of Mist Kingmakers. I'm your Master of Ceremonies, Ashley, and these are my players.
I'm Cassidy, and I'm playing a character that I'm not going to reveal the name of yet.
No! Tele, and I'm pretty sure I'm playing Adalaie this round again, Rift of Nemesis.
I'm Sonya, and I'm playing Emma, the Rift of Athena.
I'm Juno, and I'm playing Jane, the Rift of Hera.
And Simon, who plays Aron, the Rift of King David, will not be joining us for this episode. But where we last left off, Ryan had convinced Adalaie to rejoin the group after she decided to leave once more to try to seek punishment in Skystead. So we left off with the group waking up to everyone being regathered in the cathedral. So, what are you all up to?
Waking up, doing a quick head
How's
count.
Ezekiel holding up?
Ezekiel.
He eventually wakes up, and he does so with like a jolt and like looks around like he's looking for someone, and then looks very sad when he does not find that someone, and sort of curls in on himself.
Jane's just gonna give him a big hug.
And he will hug you back.
Do you remember Hazel, Ezekiel?
He'll nod. Mm-hmm.
We're gonna meet up with her, and you're gonna get to hang out with Hazel for a bit too.
Okay.
And hopefully we'll get to hang out with Alyssa and a bunch of other people around the way eventually.
Mm-hmm.
And I get how tough this probably is on you. More than anybody else here. So don't forget that if you ever need to talk to ever want to talk to somebody, or feel the need to tell somebody something about how you're feeling, that we're all right here for you, okay?
Okay.
Out of character.
Yes, I caught that little slip of yours, Juno.
Anyway,
Anyways.
I think you wake everyone sort of either gets woken up or sees the doors to the cathedral open, Ryan leading and Adalaie following.
Ah, you got her
Look
back.
around
Good.
for Kat, see if she came back. So I'm not.
Yeah, Kat did eventually come back last night.
Okay.
Emma refuses to acknowledge Kat.
You see, we both had long nights.
Who are you talking to?
Adalaie!
Yeah.
Ryan, good job. Thank you for going to get her back for us.
Yes, thank you.
It's fine. Do we have time for like a nap or something? I'm gonna take a nap.
Yeah.
Wake me up when
Yeah,
we're going somewhere.
alright. Rest up. You deserve it. Adalaie, you also probably need to catch some Z's, right?
Sleep.
Good.
Are there any, like, red flowers in the area, Ashley?
What?
I want to give, like, Ezekiel, like, a flower and try to imbue it with life so that I won't die, to, like, remind him of Matthias, because he doesn't have any of Matthias's possessions.
The city is very well planned, so most of the flowers are sort of white or lavender in the city's colors. At least the ones that are in public spaces.
These aren't, like, earth flowers, right?
What do you mean by that?
Like, what do they...
Similar.
Yeah, what kind of flower is this?
Similar.
Like, does it look different, or is it...
There's like some similarity to earth flowers, but none of them look exactly the same to any you would know the name of.
Okay.
But yeah, what are you guys up to in the morning?
I don't know, because Ryan just dragged me back. Apparently wanted me to talk
This
to
is sort of a question directed at Emma and Jane.
Good question. We need to talk about where we're headed next as a group.
We know we need to meet up with Hazel.
Eventually, but
I think that needs to be kind of a priority if she's coming to us.
yeah, but that's gonna take weeks.
Yes. Obviously, we'll have to do stuff along the way, and I think while we're here, we should try to get all of our tasks done that we planned to do.
Yes.
for those.
While we wait for her.
Most of your tests are in Andrathis, not Astracane.
No. We need to try to find info about Free Fae, check in with Batman, go to the museum, and investigate the dove tattoo.
Which museum do we have to go to?
It
Which
says
museum do
EOS.
we have to-
It says EOS, but I don't
Oh, right.
know.
EOS.
The museum that he's
EOS.
supposed to be working for. Yeah, we already met up with him.
Yeah, he told you that his
boss is
boss
waiting for
wanted
him.
to meet you, and his boss is also in Skystone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I dropped my purse when I first left y'all.
Oh, it's long gone.
And I'm pretty sure EOS took it, seeing that none of you have it.
Okay.
I will admit I do have a phone in there that can be tracked.
Assuming there's cellular data, which there isn't.
It doesn't have to have cellular data. You can.
That's how phones are tracked. They ping off of cell towers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adalaie, I don't know what you were going for there, but that's not going to happen.
Create a
That's why
cell
if you
tower.
turn a phone all the way off, you can't track it.
We can create a cell tower.
We don't have the person who creates stuff like that.
Yeah. I don't know if Aron can create a cell tower, even with my help. He creates, like, his cell towers are pretty specific stuff, and we would have to send, I don't know if that would work.
You can always try. But
Maybe at a later date.
probably something to test in a more controlled environment.
True.
Hang on, I'm looking up. See how simple cell towers are.
They're not.
I just, we
But if we
created a
have to have
plane, so we might be able
satellite to
to.
have a cell tower.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I think you have to have a rocket, which is quite literally rocket science.
Like I said, you could try, but also, Aron, Simon isn't here right now, so
Yeah.
developments in his power should be reserved for when he is present.
Can anyone like track object?
No one in the group with you currently.
Damn it.
Nope.
You can't even track my Willy Wonka factory? Isn't that considered special magic?
Unfortunately
They
not.
really should.
I mean, he told you it was Andrathis based, so, like, you could guess.
Sounds to me like we kind of have to head in the direction of Andrathis or Skystad.
Skystad is Andrathis' capital.
Yeah, so we are supposed to be heading towards Andrathis, but that doesn't sound like a great idea.
Well, to
No,
be
just
fair, no one
Skystad, to be
knows
honest.
it was me and Kat. And I doubt that kid went back.
Yeah, so we could technically go back to Skystad and find the Dove boss, which I believe is something that we should definitely do. Because so far, our biggest ally and person who hasn't exactly stabbed us in the back yet are the Dove community. So,
How far is
Could also just put out an ad for like special.
Skystad, if you're flying, it's about 2 days to get there.
Yeah.
and how far would that be from Hazel? Would it be closer to her or farther away?
Way far away. To put it in perspective, the two opposite corners of the map, where Althara curves, Solaris is on one, Skystad is on the other, and the Denal is in between them.
Yep.
Oof.
So, not
I mean,
exactly.
maybe tell Hazel to like hold off on trying to meet us right now.
think she's already on her way.
I don't think we can split this group up.
You don't really have enough people to split up.
That is true.
Yeah. And we have time-sensitive things to do, so.
You got sending stones.
That is true. Should I tell
think we could
her?
find Batman that way.
Should I tell her we're going to meet her somewhere else, or should I tell her that we're going to Skystead and then we'll meet back there?
We have to decide if we're going to go to Skystead or if we're going to try to look for Batman.
It's going to take her a few weeks to get here. Can we go to Skystead and back before she gets here?
Depends on how long we stay in Skystead.
Yes. Well, we don't know how long we're going to stay. Can we make a deadline for we try to get everything done before we have to head back? Do I know how long of flying it could take to get there?
To where? From Solaris to here?
No, from Skystead to, from where we are to Skystead.
2 days. I already said that.
Oh, okay. I'm just deaf then. So we can leave 2 days before we think she's going to get here.
Yeah.
And try to get our stuff done before that. If we get done before that, then good, we can head back early. If not, then oh well.
Hey, Emma. Emma,
Mm-hmm.
can I have one of your sending stones, please?
I'll hand her one of them.
Jane is gonna turn to Ezekiel. I'm gonna look at, like, Ryan, and I think we should split these up between us in case we get separated.
Teacher doesn't know how to use that.
Yeah. How do you use this, Ashley? Like, because I've used it before.
For the
How
words
do
to it.
They're pretty easy to activate. They have a rune on the cover. You say the name of the person you would like to contact, and then you have 25 words to speak your message, and they can respond back in 25 words, because it is literally just the D&D sending spell.
Do I think Ezekiel would be able to use one?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you explained it how, probably.
Yeah.
And contact Aron.
We could.
We could. That's
you
a good...
have sending stones. I repeat, you have
Let's do that.
sending stones.
Before anything else, let's do that, because that's on our goal.
What if we just tell Batman, though?
Aron is Batman.
Yes, what are we going to tell Batman, though?
Hey, what's up? We got your message.
We're heading to Skystead.
Where are you?
Want to meet?
Want to meet up? Yeah, we're heading to Skystead. Want to meet us there?
Question mark.
Matthias is dead.
Just throw it out there.
I say that like when I say that, I don't do it blatantly in front of Ezekiel, obviously. Jane has more
please write out your message and tell me what you're saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're going to Skystead. Is that the consensus I have gotten?
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
How are you getting there? Are you summoning another plane?
Most likely.
Most likely. Giant flowing plane. Great idea.
How
Great
are we
idea.
going to do that if Aron isn't with us as a player?
Oh,
Well,
true.
I mean,
Summoned
he can
a
do that.
plane before.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want him to make an advancement in his abilities, like do something he hasn't before when he's not there.
Okay.
That'd be like, oh, I'm going to make Adalaie do something creative and crazy when you're not here.
Plane is
But
like his
expands-
special card trick.
Stuff.
Expands the limits of your powers, and you're just not going to be there for it. It's kind of a no-no.
How many
At this
times do you
point,
have to do something before it becomes like? How many times? How many times do you have to do something new before it becomes you're able to do it alone without help?
For the Jane thing, probably never, because she's using her
Okay.
blessing to expand his power.
That's fair.
But I will say you no longer have to roll for it. I'm just gonna
Yay.
assume that it happens.
Because we've had enough practice with it now?
Yes, because you've done the thing enough. You both just need to be there.
Okay. That's cool. I like to imagine, like, just the tag plane will pop up on his sheet, like, because she's gotten lazy at this point. It's just plane. No.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm assuming you guys are leaving and getting on your plane,
Mm-hmm.
which I will say Aron will pilot, so you all can sit in the back and talk. While you're doing this stuff, while you're sending a message, those things. But what do you guys do on the flight? What do you guys talk about? It's about using the airplane. Doing distances, probably have like 2 hours of flight time.
Awesome.
I'd like to spend a little bit of time. I think I'd like to send another message to Hazel. Well, actually, I'm going to ask Kate.
Oh.
Hey, Kate.
Yeah?
Can you detect Hazel on this map?
Again, I can't sense specific people. I could try to see if anyone's heading in our direction right
Presumably
now.
someone coming from
Yeah.
that direction coming to our direction.
Well, no, none of the dots have left Solaris yet.
Okay. Maybe I'm going to send Hazel a message because we're leaving and they haven't left yet.
What'd you say?
I'm going to write that out and then I'll send it in the chat and then I'll read it aloud.
Okay. Got 2 messages to workshop. What are the rest of you doing? Emma?
I feel like Kat and I have been sort of pushed together. Like,
Yeah.
no one's going near us.
Yeah, I'm on the opposite side of the plane with Kat. Don't associate with murderers. Wait, I am a murderer. I don't associate with myself.
Went through that line of logic, because I mean, Athena did use you to kill like 7 people.
Yeah. Athena, Emma's having a little bit of a crisis about like, is it different?
Avoided. That's the word I was looking for.
Avoided, yes.
Yeah.
All right, so she will use one of the sending stones to Hazel. We are going to Skystead to complete our tasks and are attempting to meet with Batman. Meet there or wait, ?
Wait, where?
Is this the message to Hazel?
Yes.
Okay.
It's like, or wait to meet up. It's like
She'll respond. What would she say? There's been an emergency on our end.
Oh boy.
It will probably take us a while to reach you.
Got it.
Better to continue on.
Okay. I will obviously relay this to the group.
Okay.
Gonna ask about the emergency?
Yeah, we
That
might
would
wanna...
take another sending stone for water from me.
Talk amongst yourselves on the
She
airplane
didn't say
ride.
need help, and she had the room to say we need help, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna assume we're okay for now, because she could have said, hey, we need you guys. And then, for the remainder of the flight, I think Jane's gonna spend it with Ezekiel, just trying to hang out with him, play with him a little bit. Try to keep him not completely and utterly depressed, but like still understanding the fact that he just lost his father figure. So
Continue to talk amongst yourselves while I type something.
Okay.
Talking does require mouth movement and concentration,
We know,
and
we're
like looking at the
thinking.
camera.
We are thinking. Like, most of us still haven't woken up, even though I know it's late in the afternoon.
yeah, Ryan and Adalaie are asleep, right?
What? No.
Well, I
What are you
assumed
talking
you guys
about?
were catching up on the plane because we had to wake you
Yeah,
up.
that's why we're taking the plane versus
Yeah.
Adalaie.
So I'd assume you guys are catching up on your
I
sleep.
loved how you called her the Adalaie.
Well, yeah.
Another mode of transportation, the Adalaie. Anyways.
I think.
What do
Emma's
you guys like
probably gonna
say
help
to
us.
Ezekiel? How do you help out Ezekiel? One of you is a child care major. Like one of you should be doing like
Literally
productive
just talking about
learning
what
things.
he was doing.
Wait, we're both psychology students.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I said I was
Juno
hanging
literally
out with
just
him.
said what he was doing to make sure he would stay away from being totally depressed.
Yeah, I did say that, but I don't know if anyone heard me. Because Ashley didn't really respond.
I'm typing. I'm doing something.
So
Dictate your actions.
I guess I played like stuffed animals with Ezekiel.
Quick,
And I'll...
Cassidy, you're Ezekiel now.
Okay, perfect.
Oh.
Can we do something? I'm not really tired.
Yeah. Oh, do you want to play a fun game?
Yeah, I guess.
Do you like drawing, Ezekiel?
Yeah.
We can play the I Spy game, but with drawing hints.
Okay. What is that game?
So, I'm gonna see something and I'm gonna try to draw it, and you have to try to guess what it is.
Okay,
Oh,
I got it. I got this.
All right. So she's gonna like pull out her sketch pad and a few stuff, and she's gonna start drawing Ezekiel's stuffed animal.
No.
And you can ask me if you need hints.
Is it a bird?
No, but it's an animal, so you're pretty close.
Is it a live animal?
I guess you could say that sometimes.
Is it alive right now? Are you trying to trick me?
No. I couldn't trick you even if I tried. You're so smart. It wouldn't get past you.
It's Bubbles, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Bubbles. You're
It's
so good at
Bubbles.
this game. Oh my gosh, Ezekiel. You're
Okay.
totally gonna crush me.
So that happens for a portion. But if you have nothing to discuss amongst yourselves.
Well, no one has brought up the discussion with Adalaie.
No, they've just been giving you the silent treatment.
Yep. Oh,
It's
what are
a
we
very strange thing considering they sent Ryan to go get you back.
Yeah.
As much as I'd love to focus on that, there is a child who just lost his father figure. I trust Adalaie's ability to hold up her mental state more than I trust Ezekiel to hold up his mental state alone.
That is true.
Their mental state's about the same. honestly.
I know.
God.
The only difference is Adelaide's had 65 years of practice, but 65 years of practice kind of leads to a sort of mushy brain.
Every once in a while, Jane will just shoot Emma an expectant look. Like, come on, Emma.
Like, I'm distracting Ezekiel. Do something.
What am I supposed to do?
Like,
Yell at her more?
you have to have civil discussions about this stuff because we have to make sure that this child is A-okay.
Do a discussion about what? That she murdered someone? Multiple someone.
Jane can't tell you what to do through stairs.
You don't know each other.
So good at yelling at each other.
It's just it's mental disappointment being communicated.
Yeah. You know that she used to be able to imbue emotions, but she can still do that with you, just with eyes.
Emma used to be able to read thoughts, but she can just do that with Jane now.
Yeah.
Totally Gemma.
We've been roommates, and they were roommates.
Oh my god.
Every time you mention the fact that you're roommates, that's all I think about.
We've been roommates long enough for you to know when I'm disappointed in you, and
but you're always disappointed in me.
Especially disappointed in you, and lack of communication, because that is something you lack at.
Oh, really?
You're a communication psychology professor. Major. Anyways.
Then if no one does get to talk to Adalaie.
Emphatic coughing.
After Jane stares at me, I will actually approach Adalaie.
Okay, and Catalina, because you're sitting together?
I guess.
At least sitting close enough that they're in, like, the same general...
Yeah.
I'm ignoring Catalina. So, Adalaie.
So, Emma?
I'm glad that he talked you out of, going off and torturing yourself. But I feel you'd be more effective in getting over your self-guilt, which you obviously have, if you started doing good deeds. And I know our group is pretty shitty at doing good deeds, but you've been alive long enough, I think you can know how to do good deeds.
That was my whole career.
Exactly. And I guess that's the entire point of us being here, is doing good deeds. Really, to elect.
Like we've done that.
Yeah, like we've done that. I think we should change that, though. Everywhere we've gone, we've spread chaos.
Also, why don't we just stay in one place and not get blamed for shit?
I don't know. If we stay in one place, you know what happens when we stay in one place? We get kidnapped.
Yeah, true. We did try that once.
Yes, we did. That never goes anywhere. So I think next time we encounter something, and maybe don't run off as much, that often leads to half of our problems being split up. Now the problem, I think one of our problems is that we still have people in the labyrinth and we don't know where they're going to appear. But hopefully they'll appear soon.
If
They appear. I got lucky. I didn't see anyone else down there. I did ask them to keep a lookout, but they're in the labyrinth. Who knows what they'll do? It isn't exactly a morally good place.
I don't think I ever asked. What the hell did you do that pissed off the labyrinth so much?
Oh, yeah. I guess we're similar in that way. Well, I died after shooting someone and killing them. I spiked right through the heart. Kind of like Olaf in Frozen, you know? In that one scene.
I don't remember Olaf dying that way. I remember him melting.
Impaled.
But I know what you're talking about. I'm impaled. Yes.
Yes. Anyway, Cena took over. And, well, there weren't any opponents after that. And I'm pretty sure the labyrinth considered that cheating. And I did just escape through the back door, which I'm pretty sure the labyrinth also considers cheating.
Does the labyrinth know you're gone?
Yeah. Oh, I'm positive. I pulled out the number.
Should we pull an obituary for them?
Yeah, we should.
I don't think they're gonna get out.
Well, after I pissed them off. After I pissed the labyrinth off.
Technically, this now. She's not gonna like that. Look what she did when you cheated once.
Oh, God.
Emma.
First time I like to think wasn't my fault. But that's not up to me. I like to think of it as that I only murdered one person. And Athena murdered the rest. But, well, it was my body.
Mm-hmm. And I guess having a fae kind of help is cheating, I guess? Like having outside help?
Yeah. You know, maybe I'll join you on a lot of those good deeds.
You're welcome to. If I ever find out what that list will be.
Better two hands than one, right?
Hopefully 3.
Yes.
Well, technically, 1, 2, 4, maybe about 6. 6 hands. Unless we all just lose an arm.
Did you just have to count on your hands for 3 times 2?
Shut up! I'm
wow,
old.
You really must be getting old.
Look, I've been telling y'all this since day one. My mind ain't what it used to be.
Clearly. Did you even go to an actual school?
Hmm?
Did you ever actually go to a school?
I went to elementary school, finished high school late, and where did I go to college?
Did you go to college?
Yes, I did go to college. Oh.
Are you sure about that?
I think I went to Emory. I would have to look at my degree. It's been 50 plus years.
How did you fit that
40
in
plus
with
years.
everything that happened to you?
Hmm?
How did you fit that in with everything that was happening with you when you were younger? Did you just is that why you finished high school later?
Well, yes. I was stuck in Italy and France for freshman year. And not as a foreign student.
I guess you got your language credits.
Yeah, I still don't remember French.
How? You lived there for a year.
I pretended to be mute for a year.
But understanding, doesn't that happen?
Jane did all the understanding.
Okay, so you just pretended to be deaf and mute or something?
I stayed home. Like, Jane's the one who
okay.
went out and did stuff for us. I didn't do shit. Except maybe smuggle a few items here and there. But
As you guys talk, the plane slowly descends from the hills outside, a good distance outside Skystead, so they don't see the giant glowing plane.
Yes, yep.
Only a little bit incriminating.
But you arrive at the city of Skystead.
Cat still got that tiara?
Yeah, she should.
Yeah, I'd be angry if she lost it.
Oh,
She will turn on the disguise tiara.
Wait, what does her disguise currently look like?
Just a basic person. Generic
Okay,
townsfolk
good.
number 10.
Perfect. I just no Fae disguises at all, you know. Perfect.
But as you enter the city, pretty much the first thing you hear is the town crier talking about the massacre.
Well, of course.
Alec's gonna put up her cape hood.
What does it look like?
So Skystead is this sprawling metropolis. It is much more open than any of the cities you've been to. It has a inner wall, presumably for like the upper class district, but everything else other than that is spread out. You can see a very nice beach in the distance. There's some cliffs on the more northern parts of the city, but for the eastern-facing part of the city, it's all very beautiful, very pretty beach. This is clearly like the tropical, nice climate part of Aldara. Like, it is beautiful out.
Oh, it is beach, isn't it?
There's not like a cloud in the sky. It's very, very pretty. There's every so often there's a group of bards playing songs, and markets are everywhere. People trying to sell their wares to you. Running up and doing the fast talking, trying to trick you into buying something sort of thing. It's a very busy trading metropolis, so people come and go all the time. And
Not normally Kingmakers.
I mean, you guys look normal. Not a one of you stands out right now.
True.
You've lost your sore thumb.
Someone
And I have the cloak of unnoticeability on right now, so I'm kind of blending into the background.
Yeah. But you smell good food every so often. It is kind of basically like a tourist city. So there's attractions, sights, sounds.
Does Ezekiel look interested in any of these foods, attractions, or?
Obviously, they're all designed to be appealing, and Ezekiel is for.
Okay. Hey, Ezekiel, you want to go check out some of this stuff?
Yeah.
Do you guys want to try to... Oh,
continue.
sorry.
No.
Do you guys want to try to find a place to stay or anything, and then, or we can all go check out the tourist stuff? Or...
We have coins that'll work.
They take crowns here, though they prefer other things.
They prefer feathers.
Right.
Yeah, their currency is called feathers. Their full currency is called the phoenix feather, but they shorten it to feathers.
And there's Adalaie pulling out feathers.
Yeah.
Have Have we distributed these 500 crowns, like, between us?
No, we haven't.
I don't even know who claimed the reward, so why do you have
it was... It might have been... It was only Jane, Ryan, and, like...
Okay,
feel like
so I think
Yeah.
I think it was probably actually Jane, because Jane, you picked up the sword first.
Yeah, I did. So I think it was me. So I'm gonna hand, like... Wait. I'm gonna hand, like, 50 coins to, like, Ryan and Emma a piece, I think. 50 crowns.
I'll go
I
find
don't
us a place.
know. I don't know the translation of the currency in here, so I'm like not going off of. I don't know how much we should have.
Feathers are cheaper. They're worth less than crowns.
Okay.
It's 2 to 1, so 1 crown is worth 2 feathers. For conversion rates.
Jane will probably just give Emma like 100 crowns and then like say distribute
basic
it.
feather. Unlike in Evra, where they only have the crown as a currency, Andrathis has a couple different types of currencies. The feather is just the most common in trade.
Okay. So Jane's just gonna give Emma like 100 to split between them for now.
Well, damn.
Yeah, are you ready for the
400?
I'm just
sure
gonna
you
hold
guys
it on
are-
me for a bank because we're not gonna spend that much money right now.
I'm sure you guys are hungry. So, are you ready for another addition to your food pantry?
Yes.
Yes.
This is
I'll
like
be paying then.
the last place I have notes on, so...
Okay.
Let me find my menu. So, probably the first new thing there's actually a couple things. First, a lot of this you probably have seen before. They're not prepared in this way, the different fruits, because Andrathis food is actually really, really popular in Evra because it's just better. It just tastes better. They have weird spices, specifically 3 different spice plants. Let me find it. Called Turn is the first one. And it's supposed to taste like fireworks in your mouth. It's really spicy. It makes any dishes very, very spicy. And it is sort of grayish in color, and it kind of sparkles.
Oh, fun. Sparkles.
The next is apple, which is a spice usually used in different curries to mellow out flavors. And Moston is the last, and it is a spice that is also kind of used as decoration because it's very pretty. It looks like gold dust. On things that it's sprinkled on, it makes everything kind of look... It's called the spice of the rich, because it looks like gold, and kind of gives anything that it's put on a very, like, deep, richer taste. It's thought to be a magic plant as well, and have some uses for that, in spellcasting. So it's really expensive. You find a lot of curries and lots of street food here. So little pastries that you can buy on the street with these spices and different meats. There is a band in the area that is famous for hunting nighthawks, so there is lots of traditional nighthawk-based meats and meals here as well. And with that, we close the food corner.
Jane,
I think it's a good idea to try to get one of the recipes for how to deal with nighthawks, or how to make nighthawk food.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get like a curry recipe for some nighthawk curry.
Lovely. That'll be very useful.
As you can also find like recipe books to buy around here if you'd like.
Can I buy a recipe book?
Yeah.
How
you-
expensive
1
are
crown.
they? Okay, lovely. I'll work that out.
Pretty cheap.
Awesome. And then I'm gonna make sure everyone gets food. You know.
Yeah, this is probably some of the best food you've had, the street food. Even though you've eaten with royal courts, there's just something about this like greasy street food that really like just tastes very
America's
nice.
home.
Resonates with our American hearts.
It brings you back to like a carnival. But just a way better carnival than you've ever been to.
Dang, this is a place, you guys.
This is good.
And there are like very clearly marked like stages where people perform or just dance around. There is probably one of the first thing that catches your eyes. You're just wandering around a magic-based playground.
Oh dear Lord.
Yes.
For children that has floating water slides and sort of water-based attractions. So it's like a water park, but designed with magic instead of technology.
All right,
Let's do things
Ezekiel.
up there.
I don't know about that.
Ezekiel doesn't have a
So
swimsuit, right?
fun. No. Because barely own changes of clothes is that you don't get immediately destroyed by something.
Do we
Does he
even
have a
have?
swim?
Do we? We started to teach him.
Started to teach him. We taught him how to float.
Does this world have swimsuits?
They do not have them They have like clothing that you could put on to like throw away swim with, but it's like not swimsuits. It's not latex or fabric that you'd be used to while wearing while you're swimming.
Oh, didn't we get like clothing for that while we were in the Denal? Because we went in a pool there.
Yeah, you do. I guess you would have some Denal-based swimsuits.
Would that be weird to wear here?
Oh, definitely, because it's probably made out of some weird animal from the Denal.
Jane's like contemplating the.
You guys are wearing clothes that you got in Eva right now, so you look really rich.
Oh.
Because you're wearing basically
I mean,
clothing that the Emperor provided. So.
I would like to Jane wants to
Except
keep,
for Emma. Emma's clothing is in tatters.
Jane wants to keep like a good eye on her coin purse. By the way, like
Which is
I don't
funny
know.
because
Which is a good idea, because in this busy city, pickpockets are rampant.
Like I want to make. I don't know what role can I do to make sure I don't get robbed.
Just say you're keeping an eye out.
Yeah, just say you're keeping an eye out. I'm not gonna make you
Okay.
roll.
I'm
You
also
have magic
keeping an eye out.
superpowers.
Okay.
People are gonna pickpocket from you yet.
I'm gonna go to
But
one
they
of
don't
those.
know we have magic superpowers yet.
No, but like, you'll tell.
We're
You'll
gonna
be able to tell.
definitely going to get Ezekiel and I a change of clothes to go to that water park thing in the traditional clothing so that
There's stands like outside of us that sell swimwear, very clearly set up to like.
okay.
Like tourist trap.
Yeah, and then I'll be like, okay, after we play here,
You
I'll
guys
be
are like what, 10 crowns down now? You've been in the city for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
okay. After we
I'm
play
one
here,
crown down.
we'll get dessert because I don't know about you, but I always get hungry after playing in like the pools and stuff.
They have cold desserts here, so they have different flavors of ice cream.
Jane,
Here.
we are on a budget.
We are. We can't. Alright, I'm gonna go. Adalaie, you're coming with me, and
But as you guys are sort of playing around the water park area,
well, I'm gonna. No, never mind.
as you guys are doing that, Cassidy.
fun.
You have been sort of out on the town today when this strange group of people walk by you. At first they don't appear that strange, but I don't know, something about them. Something about them is very familiar to you because
I want to lurk just a little bit, and then I want to I'm assuming Adalaie and Jane are not in the water; they're just kind of standing on the side.
No, I think Jane would be in the water with Ezekiel. I would be outside of the water, trying to find a place to stay for us.
So Adalaie, would you probably be standing on the side of the pool instead of in it?
Yeah.
I think if you stay around and follow them, eventually you'll probably place at least a couple of their faces. Because you've seen the missing posters.
Yeah, I'll walk
and the
up
pictures.
I'll just walk up and stand next to Adalaie. And just kind of cross my arms and be like, you gave a lot of people a real big scare back there. I've been gone for a hot minute.
Hesitantly look over at this random person.
Cassidy, would you like to describe your character?
Yes, I also sent the photo to the group chat. She looks about 20, mid-20s. Her hair is it's currently in a really long, really thick, really curly ponytail, and it's brushing her lower calf. It's crazy long.
Imagine tangled. From her wrists up to her elbows on both arms are covered in various kinds of jewelry. It's you have fancy gold jewelry, and then you have rave beads or the crappy plastic bands you get, and some of them are super old and some of them are brand new. And same with on her neck. Her neck is covered with different necklaces, and she has a couple different piercings on her face. And then one of the things that's kind of glaringly obvious is her left leg is a prosthetic leg, and her arms are kind of have these thick gashes or scars that look like they would have been really nasty cuts up and down them. Yeah.
Earth prosthetic leg or medieval time period prosthetic leg?
Earth prosthetic leg.
Very clearly Earth prosthetic leg.
And on her other foot, she's wearing a bright yellow Nike shoe.
The subtlety is not there.
Everything else is regional and fits in, except for the jewelry and the shoe.
Which would be everyone's clothing here. Where else you've been have been kind of duller colors or silks. These people love to wear lots of dyed, extravagant clothing wherever they go. So it's a walking art show, walking fashion show wherever you're going.
The only difference is it's hot here, and so most people wear less clothing,
thinner
shorter
clothing, yeah.
And her skirt is still almost all the way to her ankles.
I hope you're referring to home.
Yes, back at Foxbury.
I've never seen you. Have I though? Have I ever seen this person? Okay.
Completely
Going back to original. I have never seen you before. And
yes, you see about that.
How the fuck
I was
did you get here?
supposed to start as a teacher, and then I was a little bit late. We got hung up.
A little bit.
I took a little bit of a trip. That's how I got here. I was sent to come and make sure everyone's okay. And hopefully help get you home. / confirm or deny if everyone is dead.
Not everyone is dead, I will say that. But we did lose a member not long ago.
I mean, you know, it was a group of 20, and as far as you're concerned, you've just seen like 4 of them.
Yeah, like there's only like.
As far as I know, only one of us has died.
Okay. For posterity's sake,
Not
which
true.
one?
3 of us have died. Just only one of us is dead.
One of us is
One of us
still
didn't
dead.
come back. It's what's Miss Ty's last name?
Gray.
It's Mr. Gray.
And I would have met Harriet because she joined up with the sleuthing squad.
You've probably spoken to her at least once. Mostly because while you guys were doing the sleuthing, she sleuthed you out and found that you guys were sleuthing. Because you guys were trying to do it a little secretively.
Yeah.
And his son?
Adalaie sort of nods over to the water park.
Okay.
Where Jane is
You guys
emphatically
know that you
flashing.
paid way too much money. You literally could have gone a block down and there's a man who sells bathing clothes for like half the price.
Look, I told her not to spend. I don't think she understands we're on a budget.
I shut in here. Yes, a lot of money.
You just completely
Emma,
froze
you
up,
would
so you're
know-
gonna need to repeat everything you just said.
Emma, you would
I'm
know this about
gonna
Jane.
cut
You would
in.
know that she's pretty responsible with her money, even back on Earth. Because, despite the fact that she...
That is
does-
not showing here.
I know.
Actions speak louder than words.
I'm just gonna cut in and be like, yeah, she's kind of good at spending money. That's kind of what she does.
And you are
That's Emma.
Emma? Good to know, good to know. Well,
How did they get you in here? And how did we get out?
I had a sort of one-way ticket.
And
Like,
how did they expect to get the information out?
There was a very good chance that they wouldn't, and I was okay with that, so...
Wait, does she have a Fae next to her?
Yes, Alice, what is your rift, if you will remind me?
It is the rift of Wenshong Wang.
Right.
So it would be an old Chinese gentleman. Probably an
Yes.
armor of some sort.
And his
I'll turn to
Fae
and
trait, since they all have something that makes them a little less human-like, is that he has sort of papery skin that looks like they have words written all over it.
Yeah. And I'll turn to him and introduce myself. Hello, I am Emma. You are? He should be talking to Air.
oh, I see you're like us.
And he won't say anything. He'll just look at you and sort of half bow.
Yes. Do you think they'd send like a normal person after you?
Honestly, I didn't even know people were looking for us. Thought we were just sort of presumed dead.
Well, I mean, you're Miss Adalaie, I presume.
Yes.
It's weird when an entire bus just disappears. And there were more than one actual children on that bus. So not to offend anyone, but I'm mostly here for the well-being of the 3 children that were
That is
on the bus.
You wouldn't know about Felix being on the bus.
two children. It was
Alyssa and Ezekiel.
Yeah, so the young Alyssa, and then Mr. Gray's son, Ezekiel.
Alyssa's in lab right now.
Alyssa was what?
Stuck in the labyrinth.
You don't know what that is.
Right.
Okay, so we need to catch you up here.
On a lot of things.
We have a group in Solaris, and we have a group, unfortunately, after being kidnapped. All of us were kidnapped, by the way, and poisoned briefly. And all in the same area of the labyrinth, essentially. And they kind of got stuck there while the rest of us got out. Emma just got out of there, and
Yeah, but
I'm
what
still
is the labyrinth?
It's
Like, is it like a metaphorical labyrinth, or like just the name of a place, or like an actual physical
It's
labyrinth?
a labyrinth.
both.
It's an actual labyrinth-ish. And a place. It is outside of space and time. When you go there, time, freezes everywhere else. It exists.
Oh, so a pocket, like a
everywhere.
pocket dimension?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, that makes total sense.
Yes.
Pocket dimension, and there's this whole creature thing that rules over that likes to torture souls inside by giving them puzzles to complete to get out.
Which is a fae that sort of got absorbed, if I remember right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And a dragon that lives down there. Oh, dragons exist.
There's like
Okay.
a whole entire city down there in culture.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Along with an assassin.
Doesn't sound like the place I'd want to visit, but you have sparked my curiosity.
Oh, please,
Do
never
not go
visit.
down there. If
She
you go
has
down
made that
there,
thing mad.
If you go down
I'm pretty
there,
sure people down there
you
are
go
not
down
coming
there-
out.
If you go down there, do not mention my name.
Okay.
She cheated twice. The labyrinth did not like it the first time. That's kind of how we
Yeah.
got stuck there the second time.
And then she'll whip out like a full journal and start writing things down.
I have
So-
a journal as well.
And this one is kind of partially dead.
Partially.
half dead.
Do you need that looked at?
Ah,
I don't think you can look at this one.
Is there a physical injury? Are you like on
First
death's
time.
door?
no. First time I got out of the labyrinth, I died. And then Athena, my fae, took over my body. And
Oh,
we had a
you
deal
made-
going
did you
on,
make
so
a deal?
occasionally, yeah.
Okay.
Occasionally
You're not really
stabbing
dead.
someone.
I said
die,
half
though.
dead.
It's not,
Huh.
but neither parts of her consciousness are dead. So I get what you're saying,
True.
but not really.
We can argue about this.
Also, I can see all the faces now.
We also had another one die, but come back.
And then come back. So that was
And then come back.
Yes,
Yikes.
Well, that was Felix, actually.
that
So
was Felix.
I believe Adalaie is referring to.
Yes.
Who is definitely playing in the water park with Ezekiel at this point.
That's the 13-year-old you see over there.
You don't know about that?
He like scrunches her eyes and then like flips back a couple pages in her journal, and then there's like, yeah, the 13-year-old.
Adds it in.
Writes in the margins.
Sorry, my memory is not so great.
Oh, you and me both, honey. Oh.
So he was shot by another one, Leo, who's got a missing in his mind.
And he's now missing right now.
You would know a little bit about pretty much everyone
Okay.
because of pre-investigatory work. You've got profiles on everyone. So
we
you would
also have
kind of
to-
know some of these things already,
We also have a group.
at least personality issue-wise.
Forest. They're doing shit down there that we were not allowed to attend to because we kind of fucked things up. It's a problem.
We have left burning trail across this entire place.
Like,
Oh.
literally, if you
literally
ever
burning.
lose one of us, just look for an explosion.
Yes.
Now, in the time I've been here, I've come to really love the culture of this city. So can we not blow anything up? I've got to know a couple of the locals.
I don't ever mean to do it on purpose.
Never. It just happens.
That's also a lie.
I feel like we have a curse.
One time we did it on purpose, and that was because someone was trying to mind control us, and they killed Maddie. And so we attacked her and killed her.
Okay.
She's a fae.
One of the bad ones.
One of the. She thought it was okay to mind control an entire city.
But hey, we saved the entire city. Well, you guys did. I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Really? What city did you save?
Astrakane?
Astrakane. That's a while from here.
Yeah, we just came from
Yeah,
there.
we flew over here on a plane.
On a plane. It's giant and glowing.
Oh. Flew on a plane. In this lovely place, you've not been, like, doing the normal travel thing?
Well, we're not used
We
to
have.
that because
For the good month, we traveled normally, and then we traveled by bird, aka
By bird, that's
one
actually
of our-
interesting.
me and Josh were
Uh,
pushed out, acted as a dragon and bird, and then we just kind of got lazy and made a plane.
it's faster.
Lovely.
It's faster.
You might still be able to find one on a hillside in Astrakane.
You've just been littering all over the new Have you just been leaving your stuff?
Hey, it disappears after a few days.
It does.
There's like no way to unsummon his stuff. Like
It
it's gone
auto
through lava
disappears.
and it still comes out pristine. We're talking about Aron, by the way. Oh, by the way, he's here too. Can't hide in the corner.
He's currently in the park, probably.
Babysitting.
Yeah.
Don't
Did we
bring
have
up
Tom and
Maddie's
Jane are
death
tag
around
teaming.
him.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if you got caught up with this, but we are called Kingmakers for some reason.
Yeah, we're called Kingmakers. There's a whole prophecy that we're supposed to pick the next king, or the next to be
Ruler.
king/queen/rulers of this whole continent.
Yeah.
The whole continent.
I would have
And,
been informed of this, right, Ashley?
Yes.
I'm
Alec would
gonna
have told you
act. I'm gonna act like I'm taking in this information for the first time.
that. Okay.
And we have one person selected, and I
We've
think
chosen one
she's on
person. It's been
Labyrinth.
2 months.
And we have until summer solstice to do this. So I don't know if she's dead or alive.
That's not good.
No. Well, most
Another one of the
people
people in the
haven't-
labyrinth, I'm assuming.
Yes, in the labyrinth.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure people have been trying to stop us as the whole poisoning and being thrown into the labyrinth thing.
Oh yeah, and the Dove organization is on our side, and one of their bosses is here that we have to go meet.
Yeah.
You don't know anything about that.
And he somehow knows New York. Or they somehow know New York.
They
Okay.
might have a way to our world. And I'll put this as I recently made an enemy.
And enemies?
Jane, you're there.
I thought I was like in the park doing stuff.
They're standing right next to the park. It's not a huge water park. It's like a small playground park made of water.
Can I please roll to use one of my abilities?
What would you like?
boy.
What are you trying to do?
I would. Oh, it's a passive ability, so I'd just be feeling what everyone else felt. I just want to kind of tune into that.
Oh
Okay.
God!
Oh, your describe in detail, everyone, your current emotional state. Let's go down the line. Emma.
Currently, still grief. Still boatload of grief for her mom. Guilt for killing people still there. Hatred towards Catalina and a little bit of disgust as well in there. And just like a casual dislike for change.
That's
Casual
always there.
dislike.
That's always underlining the surface.
Oh, and sadness. Lots of sadness for the loss of, Maddie.
Okay.
Lots of bad emotions.
Adalaie, your current emotional state, please.
You just get hit
Oh,
with a
oh dear
shitload of
Lord.
remorse, but also, what's it? Paranoia, because clearly they're at the scene of the crime, and curiosity over this person.
So, have you guys asked her name yet?
No.
No. Oh, by the way, what's your name?
Oh, my name is Alice.
Okay. Honestly,
Alice, it's nice to meet
Did you
you.
go?
I'm Jane.
I'm not gonna say that.
Nice to meet you too, Jane.
Offer her hand. Good shake.
Jane, what's your current emotional state?
Oh dear Lord! Immense. Just it's distraught, an emotion that you can
Sure.
just distraught, like underlying sense of guilt, casual distaste for Emma,
Yep.
a lot of distrust,
Yeah, and a will to
suspicion,
protect for me.
suspicion, and also the will to protect Ezekiel.
Mm-hmm.
So you get that.
Lovely.
Most of the other people are doing much better. Though there are two that stand out because one is very clearly a familiar, you think, who they're always really hard for you to get the emotions of because their emotions are just different than humans fundamentally. So they're a little weirder. But there's a woman that looks human that has that same sort of disconnect as well. Which you're sort of familiar with the concept of that, so you could probably put two and two together.
So, you guys are like really new in town?
Yeah,
Here,
we just came in.
Really new? No. New? Yes.
Well, there have been recently some jarring events. Let's find you guys a place to stay. I know a couple local places that probably can house you all for a little bit cheaper.
Oh, thank you. I was not looking forward to paying 100 gold. 100 crowns.
We would never pay that much for a place to stay. Nowhere we have
An
stayed.
innkeeper tell you that was the price? Did you go into an inn and they tell you that was the price?
I don't know where you got that, but that is way overpriced for anywhere we have stayed this entire time. Emma.
I mean, it's not overpriced depending on the type of room you're staying in because they definitely have like some kind of bougie rooms here in certain hotels.
I mean, look at their clothing. Mine is like that, but covered in tattered up. But like, what do you think? They
Yeah. No. I know a local place. I fixed a couple of things around there, so I'm sure they'll be willing to do me a favor. And I'll show them to, like, local inn number 3.
Okay. I will redirect this question. What's the inn named?
The Duck's Cradle.
Fantastic. Makes me nostalgic. I think that was almost the name of the first inn from our first Dungeons and Dragons campaign, Cassidy.
Back in middle school, yeah.
Yeah. Anything involving ducks in an inn just brings me back to like 7th grade.
That's exactly what I thought of, because I was like, yeah. And I'll like show them inside. How long have you been here? Let's see, how long would I have been here? So it would have been like 2-ish weeks after they went missing. So they've been here for like, you guys have been here for like 2 months?
Probably about like a month now. Maybe less.
Yeah, so I'm pushing a month, 3.5 weeks.
Jane would like to roll investigation.
Okay, go right ahead.
Alright, that's a 9, and I will add Liar, Liar, Pants on Fire, because I'm trying to figure out if anything Cassidy's character says in the lie.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 9 and I added 1 because
Okay, you're just gonna put the feelers out for lies.
Yep. Because Jane is suspicious.
Don't think Alice has lied at any point in this conversation.
No?
Okay. Jane is reminded of that one really earthy, that one guy with that really earthy name back in the labyrinth who was kind of, and just making sure all these people from Earth are not up to any malintent.
Okay, what do you guys talk about? What are you doing?
We need to find the boss of the dove group.
Presumably, if you stay in the city long enough, they'll find you.
Yeah.
True. And that's really one of our only pieces of business here that I know of.
Alice, are you just gonna stick with these guys? Or
For a while.
So, like, you've been here a while, so, like, what are some of the main attraction things that we should know, etc.?
Main attractions? Like touristy stuff? Are you guys in, like, the touristy stuff, or,
No, not really. Just, like, what should we avoid, stuff like that.
avoid? Well, let's see. Can I think of any particular places?
there's some seedier parts of town, but you'd probably find those more fun than anything.
I mean, I wouldn't take and I'll pull out a little map of the town and be like, I wouldn't take like children in these areas of the town.
All right.
I don't know. Other than that, I can't really think of anywhere to like avoid. The beach is beautiful.
Anyone to avoid?
Well, there's pickpockets, as in a lot of big cities. I don't know. Would I know of anyone in particular to avoid?
I mean, you haven't been here long enough to make a lot of enemies, besides maybe you've probably, because of Alex's work, met some of the meaner town guard. From some of the Blade Masters personal guard who work the city. The Ebony Knights.
I mean, there's a couple of assholes on the guard. They shouldn't give you too much trouble as long as you don't push back very hard.
Alright.
I think. Other than that, I can't really think of anyone.
Yeah, I mean, you have to kind of tell me what type of person would rub Alice the wrong way.
An Adalaie kind of person.
Exactly one, right in front of you. That's it.
But there's been like a full massacre recently, so the city is still kind of reeling from that a little bit.
Yeah, it was like 2 days ago.
It was a children's birthday party, so there's a lot of grieving individuals, and so.
How awful.
I would like to roll investigation on that statement.
Not in that tone. That was just me.
I mean, when you bring it up, I'm sure everyone's emotions change.
Oh, how so?
I don't know. I feel like the guilt part or like the remorse is still the same.
The remorse meter goes up. And
I think
that she wants to run.
I do think you'd still have to roll an investigation to put pieces together, because they did say they're in Astracane, which is quite the distance away. So they technically have a very solid alibi.
So I rolled an 11.
I'm saying how awful kind of makes sense in the context that someone's child's birthday party just.
It was the tone, not the words.
Yeah, no, I know. That was
I rolled 11.
person.
I would like to pick out the bad apples. I feel what you feel.
Jane's emotions do not change.
Always curious. Yeah, I think 3 is enough.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
3 questions.
It's your first question.
So their emotions change, obviously.
At least Adalaie's does.
Okay.
So I imagine the awkward feeling is probably there for everyone when that happens.
Like the air just suddenly goes stale.
I would like to lie a little bit to try and prompt an even more emotional response. Yeah, I have a friend in the city, and they lost a couple of people very close to them who went to that party the other night. So I'm going to be spending most of my time helping out there, and really kind of make a little bit of eye contact with Adalaie.
That's so terrible. I hope that your friend is able to get any kind of closure that they need.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's your emotional beats?
We just lost someone very close to us as well, so we're all trying to bear that burden.
Adalaie,
As you can probably.
guilt going through the roof, like it's spilling out.
You don't need emotion
so
sensing powers to
overrated.
see the bead of sweat.
Yeah.
So and this time also kind of making eye contact with Adalaie. So what have you guys been up to the last couple days?
Well, I've been crawling out of the labyrinth. Then we were killing the other Fae that was mind controlling the town.
Not really us, but
Well, not
I'm
really us.
flying.
I wasn't there for that.
Oh, flying?
dealing with the burden of Mr.
Hello.
Gray's death. It was only about 2 days ago. So
That's tragic. That's truly tragic.
Ezekiel's been taking
Yes, I'm sure it's really hard to lose a parent, and it's really hard. It's also hard in the other way around. I couldn't imagine losing a child. That's why I'm so glad Ezekiel is okay at the very least.
Yeah.
Yes, all of us, I think, can agree with that sentiment.
It's really guilt-tripping her heart.
Miss Adalaie, you said you've been flying for the last couple of days? That's a lot of flying. Back and forth. Like, where did you fly to?
I went to go see a friend.
Maybe I know them.
I said.
Catalina will speak up. Yeah, I was the friend. I sort of ran off.
Yeah, I was trying to go find her.
Threw a bit of a temper tantrum. Resolved now.
And would I have put it together by now?
Maybe, but it's a bit of an extreme thing to jump to, and you do have some details on the case, because Alec has looked into it.
Yeah, I mean, kind of.
You'd have.
What Jane has been.
Pretty much all the details mentioned in the interlude in the beginning.
And we don't have that kid with us anymore, so.
Yeah, you don't have the screaming guilt.
Yeah.
Itch with you.
Yeah, and I mean, everything that Jane's been saying does line up with their emotions currently, because they did just lose Matthias, and that is not a lie.
Yeah, and they have gone through a lot, so you can't immediately assign blame. Although, you're kind of a naturally more suspicious person, so... Like, you have the thought, you just don't have proof. Or, like, anything to really substantially back your thought.
What's this friend's name?
It's Cat.
Yeah.
No,
not her.
No, not her.
Oh, my friend. Oh, their name is Alec. Such a sweetheart.
How about my lie detector, Ashley?
I mean, you do have a friend named Alec.
Right, but life information is still alive, didn't we say that?
Yeah, but it
And
would
this
have gone
is
off
referring to-
earlier when she said she had a friend.
Oh, it would have?
Yeah, because she's lying. She doesn't know
Okay.
anyone who is involved in the massacre because it was all really rich people.
I'm surprised that you would have. Well, no. Well, she
does have a friend named Alec, so that doesn't ring false.
You've been in. Objection, Your Honor!
Yeah, feel the Phoenix Wright music.
Yeah.
I have to assume that you also, if you were so in with the upper class of the city, did you also know anyone at the party?
Fortunately, I'm not really in with the upper class of the city. He was a servant, so yeah, and it's the one I'm staying with. So there were some close personal connections for him, but not really for me.
Oh.
I've been living among the common folk mostly, fixing things here and there, like doing things where I'm needed.
How much of this is a lie?
None of that was a lie, I don't think.
Okay. Apart from the servant friend?
Alec, that is Alec's job.
Okay.
So that rang true.
That's really interesting. I guess for us, we've been received with a lot of attention generally because, presumably because of Mr. Gray's appearance as Kingmakers. I'm surprised nobody picked up on your otherworldly possessions. She like glances down at your prosthetic leg and she
Oh, the thing is I'm made myself known to be a bit of a tinkerer. So a lot of this stuff doesn't really stand out as that odd for at least the people I've gotten to know. And I'm pretty good at acting like a local. I've been doing it my whole life.
Oh, that's cool. You said you were going to become a teacher at Foxbury, right?
I did.
What subject? If you don't mind me asking.
Languages.
Oh, what languages do you know?
All of them.
My, you're quite the polyglot.
Oh, what, 100 and something?
It's over 1,000.
Yeah, there's way, lots of languages.
James just like, wow, okay. Because that wasn't a lie, right?
Nope.
Jane looks severely impressed.
And I'm pretty sure I was going to be teaching some history classes and world culture classes as well. Really just wherever they wanted to shove me. Got a little distracted when I got to town though.
If you don't mind me asking, how exactly did they manage to get you here?
I had a little bubble, like a little statue thing. We talked it over and we kind of came to the conclusion that, you know, I would be the smartest decision to send into the unknown. A lot of experience with the whole new places thing.
Like, what magic did you use to get transported to another dimension? We've been kind of trying to escape this whole time, and any information that you have, even to get into here, is...
You wouldn't know where they picked up the trinket.
I don't really know. I'm just kind of doing my job. Plus, it's an exciting new place, so...
Like, they didn't cast a ritualistic spell or anything?
Not that I can remember, right?
Mm-mm. It was practically accidental.
Like, we talked about it, and we were like, well, okay. So the whole thing was like, logically, I'd be the best decision, and all of that stuff. Like, what if everything goes wrong? I had my go bags packed. I have all of my stuff with me. And they were like, hey, this is the thing that we're going to use to transport you. And I was like, fantastic. How do we use it? And I put my hand out to look at it. And without thinking, they put it in my hand. And now I'm here. We really didn't think it'd be that simple. But me and my clumsy self always seem to...
quite unfortunate.
Yes. So I'm sure they had more things to brief me on, and probably a way I was supposed to contact them, but I don't think any of us were expecting it to just happen. I think there was going to be some prep behind that.
So you get out when we get out.
What was the object?
And I will reach into my bag and pull out like a little statue-like charm.
It is a statue of a woman made of stained glass.
Really lovely bauble, actually. And I will tuck it back into my bag.
Does the thing like wreak magic?
Oh,
like it's
another recent thing that has happened in Skystead recently that has kind of been the talk of the town, but that was before the massacre, is this weird statue thing appeared in the center of town.
Where is it?
Interesting.
Three.
I'm not going to mention it.
Yeah.
Such a move.
You get to play a smart character, Ashley. Let me have it.
No, you can have it. I'm allowed to laugh, though.
Who were the other people involved?
Yeah.
I don't recall. I don't recall their names.
I can give you their names. One so I can find their interludes that they're in. But through interludes, you've been acquainted with them before.
Yeah. But then, like, Jane's mom a part of it?
Vaguely near the end.
there was a couple very stubborn mothers.
Off.
One of them wasn't mine, that's for sure.
Emma.
What emotion do I get
Jane would get
smacked
that.
in the face with?
Just grief.
I'm
Only Jane
really
would
sorry.
get
God, I don't remember what episode it was that they were in. So I have to look at every single one.
I wonder if Jane would be able to pick up on the fact that she's able to
Continue asking questions, and
we'll
we'll come back to this once I find their name.
Okay. So why were you chosen to go? Just the new places thing, or is it easy?
New places. I don't have a lot left on Earth waiting for me. I have a lovely van that I left to one of the mothers. Yeah, I'd seen almost everything there was to see back there. And I wanted something new.
Do you mind if I look at the statue?
Oh, of course. And she'll take it out of her bag and she'll put it on the table, but keep a close eye on it.
Okay. We're not gonna do like the smack in the hand thing in case something else goes whack. That was funny.
Then a third one.
Yeah. Do you think there's
Curious.
like? I want to.
We're obviously in another dimension. How many other dimensions do you think there are out there?
Far so many.
So that's an interesting existential question. And probably the answer is infinitely many.
And I'm curious because this one has affected our current, like the world we're from, but like, how many other ones have affected the world we're in? Another.
Okay, I got their names.
Yeah.
Lucy, Kane, Levi, and Aster. All riffs themselves and freelancers.
Would I recognize any of these?
Nope.
names?
They're all out of townies.
Is Aster the first name or the last name?
Lucy was
Person.
the first one.
Aster, Lucy, Kane, and Levi.
Aster Kane. Sorry.
Aster Kane. Maybe.
Yes, but then they were also from out of town. I think we actually met initially at Adalaie. One of them tossed something about how they liked my accent.
Hey,
And here we are.
definitely Kane. They walked up to you and were kind of flirting. The first name: Aster, Lucy, Kane, and Levi. They're all their first names.
No, the question was after the person's first name and what is their last name? Aster Kane. Because that'd be funny.
We have to ship Aster and Kane together now because their ship name is Aster Kane.
Yeah, I got it.
What was the name of the one guy who helped us from Marcel? The human name guy, like Nick or something?
Henry.
Henry? Okay.
Yeah,
You
that
don't
guy.
happen to know anybody by the name of Henry, do you?
Probably not.
He was a drug
Not
person.
a particular not a Henry. I think you know, but
She'll
I
describe
know
him
quite
physically.
a few people named Henry. No, I don't know that Henry. I know quite a few Henrys. I've been alive for a half minute. Henry is a pretty common name.
It's
Not
interesting.
here.
It's interesting that I haven't heard of any of you who formed a group to come here. You'd think it would be more people who are in town and who knew us.
You maybe have seen Levi's name on trophies. But
Okay.
that's, in the school's athletic department.
Do you think Ryan would have pointed that out if he was
Yeah,
here?
Ryan is probably the most likely person to know that, and he absolutely doesn't know that, so you don't know them.
Okay.
Their names are very unfamiliar to you.
You've been in Aster Kane before. Sorry, Skystad for a while, yeah? Have you run into an Eagles?
Eos.
Name is actually
Or
familiar.
like,
That name is actually familiar because I'm assuming Alice would have visited some of the museums in Skystad out of
Absolutely.
curiosity. So you probably met him in passing at one.
we've done all the museums. This is worse than all the museums. Of course.
Yeah, it's a very specific name, and I believe I have in here or there. Probably, I think only once.
I described it like this. He has a dove tattoo.
He's a pretty distinct looking person.
Yes, absolutely. I'm almost positive I've only spoken to him once.
You wouldn't. So I can't imagine you would have a way to contact him, would you?
I mean, we could just go to the museum tomorrow.
Does he live in the museum or something?
He doesn't. He jumps around.
I mean, he was there looking very official, and I spoke to him because I had a question, and he was able to answer it.
Ah, okay.
So I think
So
he
you think he
works there.
Yeah,
We
called the
met-
Black Feather Emporium.
I didn't, but someone.
The irony.
Maris a while ago.
White-winged dove, the Black Feather Emporium.
Yeah.
Not suspicious name at all.
I'm sorry about the kind of interrogation. We're all really curious, and we've kind of been stuck here for quite a bit, and it's kind of odd to me that, of all people, it's just to find a way to this other dimension.
They didn't send you any letters from our parents, people who love us. Oh wait, it was a rush. Of course, they wouldn't be able to do that.
So you were all were you all detectives placed on a case of missing persons, or?
Yes, it is very strange when an entire bus full of people, including the bus, go missing, and then there's an active push for local law enforcement to leave it alone.
There was a what?
There was
An active push for local law enforcement to leave it alone.
By who? Who pushed for that?
I don't know, I left before we were able to find out.
Oh, that's not promising.
no.
Alright, Bucks.
Like, I meant to be here, but I didn't mean to be here this
so
early.
soon. Yeah, you wouldn't happen to know where the where this relic came from, would you?
Nope. They literally told me that they had it, and now I'm here.
Whose
happened
was
in
it?
a day. I don't know, it was like a group thing. I don't remember who handed it to me. It was like their thing.
Well, we're here to look for basically we've been going around trying to fulfill our duty as supposed Kingmakers. I don't know if you currently fall into that category. I kind of assume you do, which would mean you would have to pick your own person theoretically. You don't have to, but so we're all going around trying to find out information on the leading figures of this world. We're trying to find the people that would be sufficient in filling that role. So you wouldn't happen to know any other information during your 2 weeks here of what's other things?
3.5 weeks.
What with your month here of things that have been happening in Astrogame? Other than the obvious.
I mean, there was a sudden appearance of a statue that kind of shook the locals. But the
really?
biggest thing so far is
Wait,
the
a statue
massacre.
appeared? Wait, a statue appeared.
Yes, but it's just a statue compared to the 50 people who died. Probably more than 50 people who died. Well, I'm looking dead at Adalaie when I say that.
Adalie's too focused on the statue.
Yeah.
They were sufficiently distracted. All their emotions turned to, statue, as an emotion.
Do you think you can lead us to that statue?
It might have a connection with the massacre that occurred. We've been finding similar statues all across the land. And each of them
When
seems
was
to
it
have
happening?
sort of a prophetic underlying issue in the area that we find ourselves in, that we've been working to solve. for example, we mentioned Astrala, did we mention Astrala? We mentioned the Fae.
Yeah, we did.
And there was a problem there with the gardens that we found on a statue. And that helped us.
You would definitely recognize that name as some of the Free Fae's names that you were given.
And she's been causing issues for us recurrently.
Well, she's dead.
I don't... potentially.
You guys think she's dead?
We think she's dead. Yeah, she's dead.
Saw her die. Very violently.
Yeah. And under cahoots with a Fae named Delavier.
Yeah.
And basically, this is why we think the statue might be so important. So, and the matters on the plaques tend to be rather urgent. So if it's a possibility, we would like to investigate that as soon as possible.
And it's
see what I can do.
The one in the labyrinth is 1 out of 3. The one in Street Pain was 2 out of 3. And I'm assuming this one is 3 out of 3. It randomly appeared like the other.
Can we go? Possibly.
There are people like researching it, and it's not really my place. Nor do I have the authority.
It's in the center of the trade market, and people in Adrathis are used to weird shit happening, so they kind of, like, some people from the Mages Guild did come down to, like, poke and prod at it. But, like, the market's still open to the public, and people are still milling around it.
And it's not on the lock and key, but if I do show it to you, please be careful.
We're not gonna.
We're just gonna read it. We're not gonna.
I'm sorry, but one of you literally told me that you are followed by explosions sometimes.
That's actually that was sarcasm.
It wasn't.
No, one of you told me that you've exploded things on purpose.
That was actually you, Jane.
It was me. Wait, when did something explode?
Anyway,
I actually don't remember.
I'll say that Ryan and Aron will stay behind with the kids who are since it's close to night and they're going to bed.
Thank you.
But I honestly don't remember when did I make the reads.
And the rest of you can go to find the statue, which is a figure made of pearlescent material with a pitch black sword that is pointed at what looks to be a grand building in the distance. The poem underneath 3 of 3 is Blackened Heart. Blackened Heart. The lead is a lie. Find an ally in thought enemies. And triumph in the last battle in the dead of night. Topple the throne and crown those of dead king's blood. Ring the bell, a signal marring endings. Speak only truth and never lies. Destroy your enemies under moon's cold light. 3 of 3.
Can someone type that up?
Yes.
Blackened Heart, the lead is a lie. That's all I got before I had to rush notes. Crown those of dead king's blood, blah blah blah, kill your enemies at night. Well, this is fun. From now on, let's attack people during the night. Good idea? Yes.
No, bad idea.
Well, let's not attack people, but if someone attacks us.
No.
Why would we attack people?
If
You do
someone
it-
attacks us.
This just reminded me of something. You don't commit sin under the Celestial Mother.
Oh.
It says kill your enemies under the night. I don't know.
We don't really have any enemies to kill right now.
It said
No.
the lead's a lie, so we shouldn't go to the castle. where the sword is pointing.
Yeah.
So what's on the
Sounds
opposite
like-
end?
The bell tower.
The bell.
Ring the bell.
Ring the bell.
Ooh.
There you go. Type at the phone.
Thank you.
Find an ally and those slot enemies.
Oh, and marring enemies should be marking endings, because apparently I'm blind.
Okay. Find an ally and those slot enemies. Okay, who is our enemy? I'm going to say Beer.
Yes.
Please no, Cade says.
Huh?
Please no, Cade says.
Silvus?
Oh, wait, what is he saying no to? Sorry.
Delavier, being an ally.
Oh, no, definitely not him.
We got
I'm
Silvus.
thinking of Henry.
Ooh, no. How about the silver tongue guy?
Yeah, Silvus.
Silver.
We have a lot of enemies. This could be.
A lot of people to choose from.
I mean,
Um,
Henry we know is an
Most
ally
reasonable,
in
though.
enemies, so definitely him. But it could be someone
But-
we still don't think of as an ally.
Educating lesson hint to one of our people, perhaps.
What? You
Okay.
glitched out.
Repeat that thought.
No dead king's blood.
I think that's talking about when we choose our people.
That's what I was saying. Hit our people.
They probably wouldn't know this, but Alice, the throne is capitalized here, and you're pretty sure because the sword is pointing at the throne council building that it's talking about the throne council.
Oh, we're
Well,
supposed to take
I will
over
be
the
like, trying not to interrupt them, but then be like, I'm pretty sure it's talking about the throne council.
Could you tell us anything about that? We really don't know anything about this place. Ashley rapidly flips through her notes.
Getting ready!
Flip, 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 flip.
Luckily, the kingdom places are easily marked.
Yay!
Much easier to find. So the throne is made up of the guild masters,
Alright.
which you all know. You all have the basic gist of this, but you haven't lived here for 3.5 weeks, so it doesn't immediately pop to mind for the rest of you.
So it's just it's the guild masters. It's not. I don't believe there's not a king, is there?
No, there used to be.
I mean, there was a king, but not anymore.
That's why Andrathis is still called a kingdom, even though it has no king.
Is his relatives still around?
You sure there's like a whole, like, of course there's like the bloodline, and I'm sure there's relatives here and there, but it's pushed away from the king thing and become more of an oligarchy.
I can't say this out loud because that would be metagaming.
No.
Yeah, he has not told you this. Any of the,
Oh.
so it would be.
Yeah.
Actually, that
Oh,
makes
shit,
a
the
lot
royal
of sense.
blood.
Yeah.
Oh, the royal blood.
The royal blood.
For the audience's sake, because you were privy to this information, they're talking about Viren.
Crowning Viren.
Yes.
He's nowhere
Crown
near.
the 16-year-old?
Hey, they did it before. We can do it again.
I have not crowned a 16-year-old before.
In our
Mari
history, we
and
have.
Duke, is that what?
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Sure, it ended in him having an early death, but so what?
We don't need longevity here. We're following a prophecy.
We only need to make it dispersing.
So I guess we are committing a sin tonight.
Okay. But, while you all are investigating this statue, we will pull away. Going backwards in time. To a seemingly normal-looking young man who pulls the hood of his cloak up as he walks, the tall towers of the Ross family manor looming behind him as he heads down the hill. As far as anyone there knows, he was a squire, an assistant, or some other menial worker. No one asked any questions, and he gave no answers. The perks of his abilities, he supposed. He hopped down a cliff and landed softly, and then slipped deftly through the bars of the closed-off sewer. What happened to the people in the manor, it was awful and gut-wrenching, but familiar. There had been a physical fae of metal back during the war, paired with bloodlust. The scattered silverware and dramatic scene of death seemed right up her alleyway. He couldn't quite remember her name, Cat something or other. He shook his head as he walked. She had always been brash, prideful even, if he was remembering correctly, the type of person to shoot first, ask questions later. Soldiers that the City of Fire seemed to breed, but he could have sworn she was bound. Bloody hands tied by the unbreakable chains of karmic magic. Yet here she was, dealing in death once again. She'd gotten free somehow, which was something to look into. But even so, she probably wouldn't last long. Most of the bitterly, pridefully violent sort didn't. Humans found them and stamped them out quickly and quietly. No reason to raise panic over a murderous fool. Sylvis, Estrella, they were cunning and quiet and slow to act, setting up decoys and traps with their every move. They wouldn't be found. Cat something or other? She would probably be found. The ones who can't help themselves. They're always found. He slipped into a hole in the sewer walls and walked on. He'd be home soon enough. And as he found his small stone room filled with his trinkets and journals, he stretched and let his form change back into something more fitting. The human form faded to reveal a white-skinned man with white, red, and black hair. He stood short and slouched, and a wolfish snaggletooth peeked out from his frowning mouth. With one final ripple, Delta opened his eyes. There was much to be done. And with that, episode 52 of Kingmakers, Tracks, comes to a close. I've been your MC, and we will see you all next time.